we go. We're riding around, having a good time with our buddies. A little bit too fast for the area.
Right high, one of the bikers right after
A little too
to
fast.
the bump immediately loses control of his bike, not having the slightest chance to react appropriately.
Very fast. Not a lot of group, or not a lot of oh no, low sided real quick. Oh shoot! Did he hit the? Lost traction on that rear tire. He almost hit the pole. Yeah, there's just not enough room for anybody. Not enough room for anybody. Lost traction. Yep.
Oh, stop.
I'm hoping that's an electric fence and not a barbed wire fence. It looked like electric because it tore.
Ça va? Ça va?
This is where you rescue another rider just in case. You know, once if he's bleeding, right? That thing is destroyed. Watch your fingers. Hot parts.
1, 2, 3.
Alright, check the bike, see if it can run, and if there's no damage, take it home. Okay, so we're riding around. Look at the road. Okay, we don't have a lot of space cushions left and right. We don't have a lot of escape routes. And we're kind of just going from point A to point B as quick as possible, racing our buddies. It's almost like we're on BMX bikes, just hauling ass from one friend's house to the next. Okay, it's not good for motorcycles when we're going 102 kilometers per hour, okay?
As the speed was
In a neighborhood.
one of the bikers right after riding onto the
So
bump.
we're passing each other. We're just kind of not really having any type of structure at all when it comes to this. And that right there lets you know what kind of group ride we're in. If you've witnessed this, if you're part of this and people are passing everybody on these small things, sit in the back. Get your rescue kit ready. And hopefully nobody crashes. So right here, we're going to do this. That's when that rear tire slips. It's going to grab. And right here, it's like, what do? You got to find that escape path. You're going to crash. Okay, you got to find that escape path. The only reason why he did crash is because it looks like there's probably a little ditch and a little divot in there. And then that's a no bueno. But what you want to miss is the big pole and the little poles. You want to aim for that little gap. And it looks like that's what he does. But then he does hit right here, I believe, the pole. Okay, we're going to watch real quick on this side. Thankfully, he's able to walk out of it. He's doing pretty good. But now here's the thing. So we're going to talk about that rear tire slippage. Now, why did that rear tire slip? Going in the middle of a turn, leaning really hard, losing traction because we're accelerating through the turn and turning hard. We only have so much traction for that rear tire. It slips, and once it slips, it grabbed real quick, stood him up, and he lost maneuverability, lost everything you could possibly do, went wide. Now, this is something you don't want to do on a group ride, especially on a road like this, where that's a very common thing. Gotta be very careful with that. We're passing everybody. This is going to be the rider that crashes. Look how close he almost hit him. And there's the slippage. There's that rear tire slip. So we're slipping, and it jumps us up. And it's like not a big deal if we're riding straight, but we're in the middle of a turn, so it's going to launch him to the right. And now we're kind of screwed. Okay? We're kind of screwed. There's nothing. We didn't have time to even do progressive brake pressure on asphalt. And so there we're going to fall down and hit, and we took out a pole. There was a pole there. You can see the pole really right there, and took out the pole. Thankfully, he wasn't impaled. Thankfully, the pole broke. But I'm telling you right now, that bigger one, he would have been wrapped around it. So this is a very lucky situation. Cornering mistake. Failure to negotiate a curve is one of the biggest things that kills motorcyclists. So what is it that we're doing here in this situation? We're going too fast for ourselves? Possibly. Lost traction? Possibly. Or not possibly. That's what happened. Is the rear tire damaged? Possibly. Did we accelerate in the middle of a turn that caused the rear tire slippage to lose traction? Possibly. Are we having ego dictate whether we're going to push the bikes to the limits, push our skills to the limits, push everything to the limits? Possibly. So all these different factors are being played into it. So if we could just ride our own ride, if we can just ride without ego, if we don't push things to the limits, if we don't push our skills to the limits, we won't crash like this. I think the only thing that could possibly happen without any of those things is maybe some rear tire slippage because there's a road hazard. So remove as many factors as possible. Remove as many factors as possible from your crash close call stats. All right? got very lucky. If somebody crashes, like this person, you want to check them out. You want to rescue them. See if there's any injuries. See if they're breathing. See if there's any major blood loss. And if there isn't, good. If there is, hopefully you know what to do. A very lucky situation.
Ja, ziet daar niets.
All right, here we go. Slow down here as the scene traffic lights change. We're really close to this van. Okay, so we're doing our thing. I think it's just the camera angle. She moves over here to try and block me and speeds up right on my back wheel. Okay, okay. Some drivers don't like it. Okay, now we're protecting our lane, but look we have bad line of sight, bad space cushions. So if we get sandwiched, we're screwed. So always position yourself for safety. Don't protect your lane like this person's trying to do. So now we got a good space cushion. I like the space cushion. We're good now. We're good. All right, watch out. Brake lights ahead. Let the person be dumb. Let them be dumb. Let them be dumb. All right, did good. Did good. Did good.
You have to get so close. It's not illegal. It's in the highway code.
See, people just don't get it. People just don't get it. People just don't care. They think they know what they're talking about, but they don't care. So you're not going to be able to teach anybody the difference. Yeah, it's in the highway code, but you're not going to be able to teach anybody that.
It's in the highway code, love. Tailgating's illegal. You'll be on YouTube later, love. You're all right.
So I like how the biker is handling this. He's handling it because if her mate is an instructor, she's gonna tell him later, and he's gonna be like, "You're kind of wrong."
Please.
Just leave it alone. Okay, I said you're doing good. Just leave it alone now. Just leave it alone. That's fine. That's fine. Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
IX61 VOO. Look at this. Look at this.
Okay, you got evidence. Evidence is great and all.
You're getting reported to the police. You're getting reported.
Oh, poor dog. Evidence is fine and all, but if you're in the hospital because you're trying to gather evidence, it's not going to do you any good. So if you're riding around and then this type of stuff happens, give that person room, move over, slow down, let them go, let them be in front of you, and that's the end of the story. Stop trying to get more and more evidence because at the end of the day, typically these motorcycle riders aren't really turning them into the police. They're trying to get more views. They're trying to get more footage. Just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Don't be a part of it anymore. It's no good if you're in the hospital. Let's go ahead and watch.
In this situation, the driver acted just as if his indicator gave him complete priority.
Okay. Oh, no, he didn't. But there's that pattern and we talk about. Look at the pattern. Look, 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 look. Big open lane. Big open lane. Why do you think this truck driver wanted to do it? Now, he put his indicator last second, then turned pretty much at the same time. The problem is, as motorcycle riders, we need to be understanding when we're lane filtering, we don't have good escape paths, we don't have good positions for line of sight, and we don't have space cushions. That's the whole point of planning your ride, the position for safety. Also locating hazards, adapting, and navigating, okay? So we're lane filtering here. Now, these are the patterns I want you to see. If a big, long line is kind of stagnant and the other line is still and is moving a little bit and there's a gap enough for a vehicle to switch over, which this right here looks like it too, that person's going to do it. And they might not see you because what they see, especially at night, remember, orient yourself to the situation, especially at night, they see just headlights behind them. They can't differentiate your little headlight against everyone else's headlight. So this is a dangerous situation. It should be orange stage, and you should be taking this very, very cautiously, especially at night. There's just way too many different factors involved. But the pattern I want you to see, look at, there's the pattern right there. Big open spot in front of the vehicle on the right. This white car could easily switch over. That truck is going to switch over. So when you see a pattern like this, when you see a big open lane and all these vehicles are stuck, somebody's going to want to go over to that lane. So when you know that, you cover that front brake. You find your escape routes. And there's not much in a lane filtering position. And the one thing that you really, 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 really need to do is just slow it down from like right here till you get over there. Just slow it down a little bit more. because when you decelerate, you're going to get a little bit of weight on that front tire. And then when you're ready for that front brake, you're going to be able to squeeze in. You're going to be able to hopefully stop in time. But it's very, very dangerous to do this right now.
Complete priority.
So in that situation, instead of rev bombing or doing nothing, as soon as you see this, you have to act within a split second. So perception, just perceive that we have to react. We got to swerve because stopping's not going to help you. So that way, you need to practice both of your red stage maneuvers. You need to practice your swerving and your braking because that's the only escape he has. Careful, careful, careful. All right, here we go. Moving through here. My first time riding the back of the Dragon, and I have a close call with an idiot in my lane. Okay, here we go. Lots of turns in a very short amount of miles on the Dragon. He's doing comfortably.
Jesus Christ!
Good job with braking. Good job with braking. Very scary. Check your pantalones on that one. But he did a good job with progressive brake pressure. Probably because the ABS kicked in. Doesn't matter. That's why I love ABS. It pretty much helps you out with your progressive brake pressure. But what we typically see with this stuff, where somebody's like, gee, they panic brake, right? When you panic brake, you lose traction on that front tire. So he witnessed something that was uncommon in a common situation. He wasn't hauling ass. He was able to stop in time because his perception, reaction, braking distance was very good because of the low speed he was doing. And he witnessed something with situation awareness way ahead of time, so he was able to do something about it. That right there is what saved his life. So he did a good job. This is a smart rider right here. So right here, he perceived he's about to say something, so that's the moment we start doing the reaction, right? This is the braking distance he has. He witnesses somebody in his lane. He's going to get off to the side, position himself for safety off to the right, so it allows him to get more room to get out of there.
Christ!
Thankfully, this driver, though, swerved last second, right? So you can do everything possible. You can be situationally aware, apply the brakes. You can't swerve. You can't do nothing. You can only brake. And this person, let's say they didn't pay attention, still hit you. What is it that we have as a smart rider? Acquire and utilize personal protective equipment. We hope our gear will protect us from having life-altering or life-ending injuries.
Christ.
Did a good job. Did a good job. All right, here we go. Moving around. I didn't see that coming. Okay, so I'm going to say side of the vehicle.
Where a cyclist without any signaling suddenly rides onto the pedestrian
Intersection.
crossing almost directly under the biker's wheels.
Okay, interesting. Okay, intersection, orange stage. Orange stage. Good. Left turner. Nope. Oh! This guy didn't look both ways. Okay, so as a smart rider, motorcycle rider, couldn't do too much here. But here's the thing, smart rider principles can be applied to bicycles. So look both ways, be situationally aware, right? This guy was not situationally aware, did not look both ways before getting into the road. Thankfully, this rider, look, he's already in the middle of a swerve, did a great job with his fundamental skills. Swerved out of the way, probably would have hit him. Good job. Here we go. So we're riding over here.
Driver's in a hurry and decides to bend the rules a bit by blocking the other road users, additionally testing the rider's patience.
Okay. Hey, that happens. That happens. Non-issue. Non-issue. It blocks your vision, whatever. Okay, so he wasn't supposed to do that.
Open.
Okay, that makes sense. That'd be annoying. I wouldn't be next to him, though. Law of gross tonnage, you're in the wrong lane, too, now. So in that situation, you just let them in. Don't fight for that position, okay? We're not going to talk too much about this one. Just let him in. You're behind the truck now. Because look, we could be sandwiched. He could just hit us real quick if he wanted to. You don't know if they won't. And we're doing it again. Okay? Impatience. Impatience will get us hurt. We're on a motorcycle. We're having a better day anyways. Alright? Alright, 5 a.m. in the morning. So think about it. People are tired, low visibility. It's a green light for us. Now it's yellow. Cold tires, possibly. Can't see the stuff on the road. Can't see the road surface hazards. it was a pretty slow speed low side, so it was either loss of traction because of a road surface hazard, or we hit the brakes because that yellow light kind of scared us. You know what I mean? Now he has full gear, so hopefully it grabbed all the forces, or absorbed all the forces, not grabbed it, absorbed all the forces into his body so that it didn't really hurt him too much. Okay, so we're gonna do a right-handed turn. Okay, remember, now look at the road. You can't see too much. You see how crazy bright everything is? Early in the morning, our eyes are still getting adjusted. Cold tires, possibly. This is probably right when he left his house. The first turn of the day, possibly. Maybe we're tired. Maybe we grabbed a little bit too much front brake. Let's see. So it was just a loss of traction, but why did we lose traction? Okay, there's not much we can see in the handlebars. Other than we just fell. Okay, so the only thing we can really get out of this is making sure that we have full gear. We can't tell what caused him to lose traction. I don't see anything in the road, but common things that will cause you to lose traction in a turn like this in an intersection is going to be road debris, bald tires, low PSI or too much PSI in your tires, cold tires, so they're not grippy in the morning, and then too much front brake in the middle of a turn. Those are typically the things that will get you on a low side in an intersection like this at 5 a.m. Okay, so what is it that we can do just in case this happens? Have protection for us. Have protection for us. No buenos. No buenos. Have full gear so that you're not getting too damaged. If you like today's video, make sure you click this video right here to keep watching more. But if you want to become a smart rider, click this and grab this Smart Rider Basic Training ebook. It's going to help you become a smart rider by planning your ride, rescuing other riders, knowing what patterns to look for, and so much more. Make sure you grab it. Link will be in the description also. I'll be seeing you around.